In the Corner with Russ Anber, the unsettling return to bare-knuckle boxing. Imagine a sport where fighters are stripped of their best tools for protection, left to pound each other until their bodies break. It's not just brutal, it's a painful reminder of how far we've come in making combat safer. Bare-knuckle boxing hits me hard as something wildly outdated and unnecessarily savage, and I have to say, it leaves me deeply unsettled. Let me walk you through why. Picture this: two athletes enter a ring with no gloves, no real way to shield themselves from incoming blows. Forget strategies like the rope-a-dope, that's where a boxer leans on the ropes to tire out their opponent while dodging punches, or parrying strikes, or even catching them safely on padded mitts. Instead, they trade blows until their fists turn to pulp and their faces swell beyond recognition. To me, this screams primitive and backward, a throwback to an era boxing has long evolved beyond. Sure, you might think professional boxing is the real danger zone. And in some ways, it is. Matches can drag on for many rounds, delivering relentless punishment with hands safeguarded by tape, wraps, and hefty gloves that allow for prolonged attacks. But here's where it gets controversial. Professionals are drilled to protect themselves, a core principle that's basically nullified in bare-knuckle fights. Think about it. Can you envision a finesse fighter like Shakur Stevenson, who relies on speed and technique, trying to hold his own without gloves? His knuckles would splinter with every swing, robbing him of the ability to block, deflect, or absorb hits. He'd be reduced to a grueling, face-to-face brawl, far removed from the skillful dance of the sweet science we celebrate in gloved boxing. And this is the part most people miss: the meticulous care given to protecting fighters' hands in professional bouts. Hand wrapping isn't just a formality, it's witnessed by both teams' representatives and officials to ensure no errors that could lead to breaks or lasting harm to those fragile wrist and knuckle bones. Gloves undergo similar scrutiny, approved by all sides. It's ironic, really. Our hands are built for gripping and manipulating, not hammering with raw force. Yet bare-knuckle leaves knuckles bare while still wrapping the palm and back of the hand, almost as if teasing us with partial safety. Even during training, pros wear bulkier gloves and headgear than in fights, slowing down punches, cushioning impacts, and encouraging focus on technique over brute force. This setup prevents accidental head, butts and shields eyes, fostering the artistry of the sport. Over 100 years ago, society deemed bare-knuckle fights barbaric, paving the way for gloved, regulated boxing. So why, I ask, are we regressing? Why do some commissions sanction this step backward? I'd flat out decline if asked to serve as a cut man for a bare-knuckle event. It's against everything I stand for in promoting safety and skill. Boxing has shown it can learn and adapt. When Sugar Ray Leonard suffered a detached retina, the sport innovated with thumbless gloves and eventually thumb loop designs to safeguard eyes. That's real advancement. But here's where my confusion peaks. Seeing respected champs like James DeGaulle or Pauli Malignaggi dive into bare-knuckle. DeGaulle, a Beijing Olympics gold medalist I watched triumph on TV and worked with during his Badou fight, is a classy world champion whose career I admire. Malignaggi, a double world title holder at 140 and 147 pounds, who battled the era's toughest contenders and now shines as a commentator, earns the same respect. For both, my only thought is, why risk it all? This ties into broader concerns, like proposed tweaks to the Muhammad Ali Act. What's flawed about the current law that it needs changing? Does it really hinder promotion efforts for those with pure motives? Fighters have faced exploitation for ages, even under the Act, which aimed to shield them, imperfectly, sure, but with good intent. If anything, we should strengthen it, not weaken it. If protections slip, could we see more stars lured to bare-knuckle? The idea sickens me. It's a path that undermines the progress we've made. What are your views? Do you see bare-knuckle as an exciting alternative, or a dangerous anachronism? Should it be outlawed? Or is it just entertainment? And what about the Muhammad Ali Act? Reform it or reinforce it? I'd love to hear your opinions in the comments. Let's discuss. Russ Anber is the founder and CEO of Rival Boxing, a renowned trainer for amateurs and pros alike, gym owner, cutman, entrepreneur, broadcaster, and one of the industry's top hand rappers. His roster includes elite talents like Alexander Usyk, Callum Smith, Zanabek Alimanuli, and Bakram Murtazaliev. Stephen Fulton vs. Oshaki Foster, and Subriel Matias vs. Dalton Smith. Can't-miss matchups on the horizon. On this installment of Boxing Scene Today, the team dives into two electrifying upcoming bouts. Stephen Fulton facing Oshaki Foster, and Subriel Matias taking on Dalton Smith. Thursday, October 30th, 2025. https www.boxingcenter.com talk shows Stephen Fulton vs Oshotchu I.E. Foster and Subriel Matias vs Dalton Smith. 2 must-see fights ahead. SPG = PR and SPL = B.